Hey, it's Jonathan Matoshnik. The question is, I'm a 20-year-old college student and I'm just starting out. I have a small business. And did you ever get any government funding? No, I did not. I've never got any government funding for anything I've been involved with. I've not even really looked into it. I've had it suggested to me many times, but nobody that's ever suggested it to me has known how to do it, and they've not really pursued it themselves. So I don't know anything about it. And my take on it is that you're not just going to file an application and get a bunch of money. And if you did get it, you're going to have to pay it back. So I tend to just say go out there and live frugally and buy some inexpensive equipment and grind it out slow. I use this word grind it out a lot. What I mean by that is just kind of go out there and get started and do it and work through it and build up some cash, reinvest and grow. My theory is that you'll spend 4 months trying to get the money. Chances are you don't get it. And so then that was wasted 4 months. You could have been in business, learning the business, growing the business, rolling some money back into business. And then the other thing is that you're just putting it off. And even if you do get the money, again, it's 4 or 5 months that you've wasted. Probably it turns into an entire season. And so I say just get started and start small. That's why I say grind it out. Just start out small, reinvest your money, and it kind of builds and builds and builds. And next thing you know, you've got a real business. And so I never did any of that. I've always just, I don't really get excited about investors or anything of that sort. Kind of been down that road before and seen that side of the business, and it doesn't really excite me. So I tend to just say I'd rather be a little smaller for a while and reinvest my own money and grow it. And I like that strategy personally. And going looking for the government money to me is just going to be a delay. This business is low enough from a capital standpoint that you can almost anybody can get into it. You can buy used cheap stuff initially. You can get in and you can reinvest. There's just no reason you've got to have a lot of money. Money is for massive scaling to grow really fast. And so I think you can get in and work it part time and buy inexpensive stuff and build it. And I don't think getting the money is as easy as some people make it sound. Could be wrong on that because I haven't done it, but that's my take on it. I think you're just going to delay and probably lose an entire year if you look for money. So I just get started, and I never used it, and I was able to build up all my stuff. And now that I've even I've got to the point where I could roll a lot of money back into stuff. Generally, I still really bootstrap everything, and I've got money to back it up if I had to, but it's always worked out that by bootstrapping stuff, the money has come or from inside the business to fund the growth. It means we grow a little slower than if I dumped a ton of money into them, but so be it. They grow they're healthy, and we're creative, and we do smart things, and I think it makes for better companies in the long run. I'm not going to have a $50 million company in my first 2 years doing it this way, but I don't really care. I want to build long-lasting, sustainable, profitable businesses, and if that's your mindset, you can do it without money. If you got to do it super fast and you want to be $1 million lawn care company in 2 years, you are going to have to buy a lot of equipment and trucks and all those kind of things, and that's where you would need to get into money. Second thing is my guess is even with the government, you're going to have a some kind of a track record, or you're going to have to be able to lay out something for them. They're just not handing out cash. So I just suspect it's going to be challenging and distracting for you. And finally, I would say that if you get your business rolling and you can demonstrate that you can take $10 or $100 and put it into the marketplace and get back one or two clients, and those one or two clients are worth so much money to you each year and so much profit, and you can do this over and over again, and you can demonstrate you can do it profitably, and you can prove you've got a good business that will grow, you can generally find somebody to loan you some money. And then once you get to some level of size, doesn't even have to be that big, even in these tighter capital markets, then there still are some opportunities to use a little bit of money off credit cards and eventually to get a little bit of a line of credit. So there's options in those areas as well. But those are smaller. They're not what they were 2 years ago. But again, it's not a capital intensive business. So unless you're trying to be something huge overnight, I think you can kind of work your way into this and then improve as you go and buy better equipment, better trucks and all that later. And you can use some financing on your trucks and keep that cash freed up. We operate 100% debt free, but that's just fortunate for us in that we've grown to a point now we can do that. And it goes back to my mindset of stability and longevity, and I'm building something for the next 20 years, not just to build something for 3 years and cash out. And so it's kind of a different mindset. So I tell you that so you know where I'm coming from when I answer this question. If that's not what your goal is, then you may want to go a different direction, and money may be important. If your goal is to build something really fast, flip it, get out, move to the next thing, money usually pretty critical. So that's my 2 cents on it. Never taken it, and I don't know a lot about it. So if you're just dead set on it, I'd really do a lot of searching on the internet, and I'd start looking around and reading everything you can, and find out first if this is really something that you feasibly can get, and is it going to be so much of a distraction it's not even worth it. Good luck.